Why hello there and welcome back to another sort of showcasey guide experience where I'm gonna go over one of the TemTem available to you. I'm gonna go with a starter one because it would be unfair to throw one of the late game ones into your face and be like, unlock this in 10 hours and then you get to have fun. So we're gonna check out Platypet in this guide. He's very straightforward. While I have a lot of stuff unlocked here that we are gonna get ultimate here now, just for the reduction of it, this is not stuff that's gonna matter to you too much, just doing it for the funsies, that you see can get more stuff. What's important for him is that you realize and understand that Platypet mostly scales with two major components, that's water and poison. You can mix and match or go straight into one or the other. Depending on how many rerolls you have available, you will likely just stick to one if you got them unlocked, or if you can get lucky early on, you get both. So naturally that means we just go fire rate here, Pierce, because his skills are AoE as I said, and you want to get the fast tracking ones through as much as possible, more projectiles, and then increased projectile speed, so that his basic attack, which is going to be your bread and butter early on, does as much as it can. And then we are going to focus on just these two areas here, water damage and toxic damage. Ideally, spend your points on both. It's going to take a bit longer, it means you have to grind a bit more, but it also means you get more value out of it, because now you are not forced to scream at your screen to get one or the other when you also need to get gears for it. So these two are just your mandatories and this area. Nothing else here is technically important. All of it is optional, pretty much samey with other TemTem you unlock later. And you just unlock this as you go. None of it is important. I'm unlocking it so that you see you can, you don't have to. Now we start our run, we go solo, because we don't have friends. We do Platypet. As you can see, it will also evolve twice, which is going to be important. And the trait specifically says, gains 2% damage per level of water and toxic techniques. That means both are viable for Platypet. Don't shoehorn yourself. Start our run. Here we have our adorable little boy, and as you can see already, we have the Pierce going here. So if I angle this right, some of these guys are gonna be hit. Now right now, we have our first common gear, the Hydro Turbine, which will increase our damage of both the normal skill and the ultimate, because we skilled water. But we also have a synergy here. This is gonna be important later. I could jump ahead of the curve, but that's gonna be less beneficial for you. Now again, we have options between water, physical, and poison. What we are not gonna take is the physical wind here, because neither of our traits we skilled benefits from this. We'll stick to water can or venom spread. Either here is perfectly fine. I vastly prefer the water can because the venom spread is aimed. That means it's typically more in line of your sight, which isn't all that great. I want skills where I don't have to pay attention where I'm going. Which is also for you creator if you're a new player. And now we are back to Noxus Bomb. This is random enemy, so this is gonna work perfectly. You can take Transistor, but right now it doesn't scale with anything we have other than projectile speed, which of course both our abilities benefit from. But it's not as important right now. Right now we want the Turbine, or the Noxus Bomb. We will take the Noxus Bomb because we need that ability and we want that fast, but you can also just increase your water damage. Right now I'm taking it to showcase you are not shoehorned into water. Because Platypus works with both traits, and that's what's important. Just don't take wind or something like that. Like Keyfield. Once again, completely useless for us. Can take the magnet here. It's not bad. It's actually good. But we want to roll. And this time we unlocked the Thrill. Thrill will give us additional penetration in terms of pierce. We already have that in our kit through the points we spend, but the more the merrier. Once again, we have this little fella here, the water plate, which will pierce through these. Same as the Noxus Bomb. We now have two skills, which later on, when there's a bigger horde, will be much more beneficial. We have our ultimate, we don't need yet on these small fry. Now we have another poison skill, Toxic Waste. This will create puddles. Puddles are AoE. That means they are very useful to you, so we take that. Now we have our 4 core abilities unlocked. Both Toxic and Water, an even split. You can decide to just do one or the other, but then you have to reroll a lot. And that's gonna be a lot trickier early on. So just do this. We avoid enemies as much as we can, because we don't want to take random damage. And we cleared it. Get a lot of XP for that. And once again, we have Oozing Sand, which is completely uninteresting to us right now. The Hydro Turbine or the Noxus Bomb. Can upgrade either. We are going Hydro Turbine first, because 3 of our skills benefit from this right now. So these 3 skills will deal more damage. Now we have a water skill. We can press this and then you can override. You can do this at any time in the game. There's no incentive why you wouldn't. If you feel like your gears are matched better for one or the other. And now we have the chance to increase our fire rate by 20%, which all 3 of our particle skills benefit from. But it's also gonna synergize directly with our toxic bomb. Oh, here. Take this. As you can see, the Pierce is going through these. We clear a lot more enemies than we would if we didn't have Pierce at all skilled. Once again, we have 2 upgrade options. Either works, but you can also just go water again. In this case I'm going Hydro Turbine, because once again, it's just the vast number of skills I have right now. Serious. Overall, all do even. If it doesn't specify except the puddle, it's not gonna be faster in any form. Now, we have options here, but we can also evolve to Blatox. Platypet is not one of those TemTem where you get a bonus by holding off your evolution. His traits also stay the same. He's continues to be wide ranged into water and poison. So we evolve, there's no downside to this. Gain more stats in fact. So we clear faster. If a TemTem benefits from holding off its evolution, it's gonna tell you in the details of the Evo screen. Platypet does not, so we just do new. Now, biotoxic mana is gonna merge with two of our skills. It's gonna increase the damage here. But we can also take the water blade because, once again, all three of these stats help with it. And we gain more projectiles in the long run. So choice is yours. I'm gonna take the biotoxin meta for now, because I want more toxic damage. And I'm already dealing enough damage to clear these waves. So that I don't need the water blade upgrade yet. I can synergize with these two from pure straight up stat bonus. You don't need a skill upgrade yet to have both of these do more damage. And this time it's the same again. Ignore the turbo roots, pick either. In this case we get the third projectile, so I'm taking the Noxious Bomb. Her turbine is now rare leveled because strictly because of the level it is from 3 to 4. Noxious Bomb, we gain damage and cooldown reduction. The meta is also still fine, but we take the Hydro Turbine because it's advertised as such right now. And in this very moment, we get the most value out of it. Not that you would go wrong with either of the other, because you already did the groundwork for your build. Sonar completely useless to us. Fluid Barrier, while it is a water skill, it will only block damage in the direction you face, so it's also useless to us. We don't want to reroll because Biotoxin Meta actually helps, so we take that. Now we face our first mini-boss. As you can see, it's being cleared very easily. Strictly from the synergies we built on our water blade. Didn't even need the toxic blade, just the water blade. As I said, when I showed you these skills, water blade would be your bread and butter. Having this meta the most helps, even at level 1. That's my point. Like, you didn't take anything else other than stat upgrades that generally melt with water, and your water blade was doing already incredible. We take the drill so that we pierce more. Now we can upgrade our water plate, our steam pack, or our water cannon. Once again, water cannon right now is the lowest value to us. Steam pack it does because it's gonna increase the fire rate on 3 skills. And water blade sorta also does, because strictly it's a level up. But since we have the opportunity, we take the steam pack. It's 3 skills here that gain value. Could also go to this event over here. Same idea behind it. What benefits you here the most? Both of these do, but we want the fire rate. because it has the highest value, because if more skills go off faster, you obviously do more damage. It's very straightforward. Now we will ultimate here just to speed this up and not take damage. There's not gonna be a mini boss for the next 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So we have ample time to get our ultimate back. Try to reserve your ultimate always until either a boss, mini boss, or a giant wave spawns where you are in threat of taking damage. Don't waste it with vanilla. But also try to clear the wave out before you go in here. Now, once again, water blade, just there, basically. Noxus bomb, also just there. We have the synergies, but they are just there. Steam pack, full upgrades on 3 skills, giving us even more fire rate. Water blade upgraded just by doing this event. And now we have to next one. Dash here. Also be mindful of when and how you dash. Can be good to use as to pass distance in, for example, a speed event, or if you do that's where you can't be hit, just use your dash. Make use of the invulnerability flame. Oh, I stepped out. Ignore that. That totally didn't happen. I thought it was done. See, you learned something again. Don't step out 1 second left thinking it's done. Same principle here. The Steam Pack is too valuable to not upgrade. So to reiterate, you want projectile speed and you want cooldown reduction. Those are the 2 main factors on Platypet. Yes, is always helpful, but you get that through your skill tree as well, so these 2 are the most valuable. We'll take the biotech matter because it's gonna be on both skills. In general, Steam Pack and the drill are your most useful gears you can get as a works with everything you want. Now, Endura's favor is amazing. The problem here is it also takes up a slot, and you only have 5 of these. So you have to ask yourself, how soon do I get this? Do you get it at 18 minutes? Don't bother taking it. Do you get it now? Sorta still late, but valuable enough. I still have half the map left. That's ample time to kill several hundred enemies easily. And if something like that comes up, you can hotspot. You're not locked into this, similar to other survival likes where it's once and done. You have the chance to override here at any point. Still want to increase our fire rate, as it makes all our skills work. See how fast this guy dies with just having a bit more fire rate. Stack of upgrades. We leave the armor because right now we are not taking damage, so we don't need it yet. We can increase to 1.5%, which is a decent gain. We do that. If it's offered, you click it. Just an army. And because I don't want to have to look at a map all the time and see it there, we take it now. We could reserve it for the next 5 minutes. But realistically it's gonna annoy you there, because these spots spawn too far away. It's gonna pop up on the map always and be like, I'm here, take me. Good enough. And now, same strategy as earlier, we evolve. We gain a lot of value, especially health, and health is gonna keep you alive. But as you can see, our skills are also happening a lot faster now. As I said, if your TemTem doesn't benefit from holding off with an evolution, don't hesitate to use it. It will also reset your ultimate when you evolve. So you are close to the threshold of the level 15, or in this case now level 25. Just pop the ultimate. Level up, evolve, and you have it again. Let's go to the next event. This time we are not leaving it, but we will use the ultimate to gain space. Could have had that a lot sooner, but it's okay. Again, just the skill, and while the increased area is nice, this benefits more. Because it's increasing our water damage. Just a little red, and there goes the little red. Because you listened and took a lot of projectile speed. Now, the holster is gonna increase our projectile numbers. We have 3 skills that will increase projectiles, but I'm also drinking a bit of my cola. Because of a dry throat. While the other 2 skills do nothing for us. These are not of an element we want. We don't need wind. Holster, obviously amazing. Because he just now triples the damage of those skills. Compared to having no projectile skilled at all. Which you did through your skill tree and through now the gear. That is also meshes with the PS. We have a lot of synergy going on. Our Steam Pack has reached the legend level and is fully maxed out. Now we could ulti here, but if you look at the counter, there's only 20 seconds until the next boss, but we also kill this very, very easily. Once again, holster goes up by one more projectile, so it's our priority to get this. See that water blade and how amazing it does now? And it's just at level 2. This comes all from your gears and that tiny bit of investment in your skill tree. Let's just get rid of them. Get a lot of money and clear it out easily. Because you consciously use your ultimate. Now we have the option to just upgrade our biomatter, our toxic waste, or the water cannon. Now the water cannon would gain a projectile, but we already have a decent amount through the holster, so we have the luxury of just upgrading our biotoxin matter. If you didn't pick up any gears whatsoever, you wouldn't have that luxury and you would have to go that route, but if you listened, prioritized gears, and you have enough damage to be fine. Which again, you should stick to your water plate. We need to defeat as many as possible, so we ultimate here. Our water plate upgraded. Again, it's a basic level water blade. Damage you scaled with came from your gears. We max out the biotoxin matter. Bomb leveled. Now this, while it is technically damage for a lot of your things and isn't terrible, working skill in general is good, it's not important. What's important right now is that we retain our synergy here and go with increasing our stuff. We have additional projectiles, so we take this. And now we have our first upgrade, because we have maxed out our skill and our attribute. We now get the Noxus Bomb Plus, which is going to be larger orbs. As you can see, significantly larger, much better. And now we do the same with the Water Blade. But you prioritized your gears so that you wouldn't be reliant on, hey, I need to roll for this weapon right now. I need this technique. If I don't get it, my life is over. None of that stuff. You build synergies of your gears, enabling you to have the option to be picky about when and where you get the technique. Not be stressed out with, oh my god, I need this now. If my water blade isn't gonna be maxed out, I'm not gonna win. If I don't have the water wall, I can't find a girlfriend. None of that stuff. Gears are far more important than the base skill. And now we have the water blade synergy, where it's 4 large shurikens divided into cross shape. Okay. You got this because you had the gears with you. You didn't rely on, okay, I have skill A, now I need to farm this and that. No, you just got your 2 attributes without even being forced into one element over the other. You had water and you have poison. And you made them both work. Obviously you could strictly go just water or just poison, but then you need to A, roll luck, and B, have a lot of rerolls. Which, if you're starting out, you have neither. So mix and match where it's appropriate, and as you can see, we built that off our gears. We didn't sit there and complain about how are we gonna get there or it's not working. No, it simply does. Because you build multi-synergies. Not just elemental damage or just one straight line of, oh, my cooldown reduction comes from there or that. There's Nesla, and there goes Nesla. And that's your rundown. And as you can see, your toxic waste did the most damage. Skill you neglected the most in order to fester the others so that it could work just fine, did the most. And that's how you build. You prioritize your gears, you get up skills that help with it. If you had just maxed out toxic waste from the start, this would have actually done a lot less damage than 3 synergies, because it has a cooldown and it's in one spot. Enemies are gonna move, so you can't just rely on that. You need to bring up the rest as well. And then you're golden. So hopefully you have a lot of fun with Platypet going forward. And stay tuned for more character guides.